Welcome to CDEV 108, Observation and Assessment for Early Learning and Development. This course is 100% online, and it is a summer course that goes from July 15th through August 7th. What I would like to start off is to familiarize yourself a little bit with the syllabus. I just want to go over that kind of quickly with you, and we'll get into our module for this particular week. So under the course syllabus tab on the left, as you see here, it tells you the course description, which is this course focuses on the appropriate use of assessment and observation strategies to document young children's development and learning. Emphasis usage of findings to inform and plan learning environments and experiences. So you will be recording strategies, rating systems, portfolios, and other multiple assessment tools will all be explored along with strategies for collaboration with families and professionals. This course usually does take field trips for your assignments to complete your three major observations, which this course entails. There is three major observations. Because of COVID-19 right now, this course is 100% online, as well as the observations you will utilize friends and families, children to observe, or you will utilize videos that I provide for you to create your observations. Another very important is your required textbook. So the textbook that we utilize, I have a picture of it right here for you. It's week by week plans for documenting children's development. It is the 7th edition, and this is very important. You also purchase it as a package with MindTap. So when you go in and try to purchase this book through the bookstore or even online, make sure it has the MindTap package, because MindTap is all your quizzes and all your exams. If you do not have MindTap, you won't be able to log in and take your quizzes and exams. So it's very important that you have the package. Another thing that's very important, you will need internet access, you will need Canvas access, and again, MindTap, Zoom, and email. We will be Zooming 3 times because I feel it very important for us to go over in detail the observations, and when we're talking, you can ask questions at that point. I will also be going over some samples for you to see. Internet access will allow you to pull up California Learning Foundations, as well as community care licensing and desired results, which are all material you need for your observations. So let's go ahead and jump into the actual course outline and syllabus. Okay, again, at the top, it will tell you it's a summer edition. It's 100% online, and it goes over dates for the Zoom later on, so we're going to go through that as well. This course is transferable to CSU universities and also applies to these following programs. There is a prerequisite of Child Development 107, so you want to make sure you have that before you start this course. And again, the course purposes provide you with the tools for making educational decisions that affect children. Okay? Through these observations, you're going to learn how to create classroom environments for our young learners. Again, the SLOs, the student learning outcomes, you'll be able to describe and evaluate the characteristics, the strengths, and the limitations of applications of observations and the assessment tools which we utilize within the course. You'll be able to complete systematic observations, the 3 that we talked about, using a variety of data collection methods to inform the design, the interaction, and the curriculum for the centers. You'll be able to identify and evaluate the role of partnerships with families and other professionals, and utilizing interpretations of the observational data to inform teaching practices. Okay, some important dates for your summer course. Start date is June 15th. The end date is August 7th, as I mentioned prior. So last day to add is June 24th, and last day to drop with a W is July 25th. Last date to drop without a W, which you don't want the W on your transcript, would be June 24th. Make sure you contact me before you make any decisions, because I want to make sure that you are fully informed of the entire course. Again, your textbook is week by week plans for documenting children's development, 7th edition with the MindTap package. We talk about our mission here at SAC. And then we get into, this is something that I would print and I would keep just so I'd like to look at the whole course on just 2 pieces of paper. This will break down by week what's due, what the points are worth, and what exactly, like I said, is due. This also tells you what weeks the Zoom meetings will be. So let's look at week 1. You're going to review the course syllabus on online. You're going to review the video instructions, which you're reviewing those right now. You're going to read chapter 1 and 2 in your textbook. You will take quizzes 1 and 2. There are 10 points each, multiple choice, and they are due by 6/19. Discussion boards, there are 2 discussion boards actually for this first week. Communicating, creating community, 10 points. The first thread, so any of the discussions, I want to make sure you understand every single discussion, and you will have 1 a week, 1 or 2 a week actually through this course. The first thread is your original thread. You are going to answer questions that I posed to you within the discussion. You'll answer all of them in paragraph form by Wednesday. By Friday, you need to respond to two of your peers. So let's say on Thursday, you put in your original post. Well, it was due Wednesday, so now you got 0 for the entire assignment. So make sure you look at the dates. Very important to check out your due dates and make sure you're on time with your submissions. Again, this will break down per week for you, 1 through 8. Talks about how the instructional methods, what I'm going to be looking at for grading, what methods of evaluation and so forth, your exams, any papers, presentations and so forth, class participation, and your homework. Grading criteria tells you the discussion boards, there are 6, you get 60 points, participation points, your observations, that's where the bulk of your points are derived from. We have some quizzes and a final exam. It tells you percentage, what grade you have. Class participation, your class participation is based on your discussion boards. Let's see, there is no late work accepted. Of course, if there's an emergency situation, I ask that you get a hold of me and let me know before the due date. And absences or it talks about a drop policy, class rules and of conduct, which is basically all online. So you want to make sure that you are being kind in your responses and so forth in your discussions. We talk about the academic policy, accommodations for disabilities, and then the California law SB 792 has, you have to have, before you go into a center, and most of the time when we have this course, you go into the centers for these observations, you need certain immunizations, but that's not going to pertain to us in this particular course because due to COVID-19, we're not going into centers. Again, we'll be utilizing the videos that I provide for you, or you will go see friends or family that you feel comfortable being around and completing these observations. Okay. Again, course requirements, it talks about your reading, your participation, your weekly quizzes, and here are your 3 observations. The observations cover children's motor development is our first one. The second one is language and literacy. And then the third one is social and emotional development. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back to our modules. So again, the syllabus is wonderful, the breakdown of the entire section, but if I had many students tell me that they were confused because there were so many different spots to find the information. If you're looking at one area to be able to encompass the entire week work, is going to be under the modules. Once I click modules, you can see that there's course information, there's a welcome letter, the syllabus, my contact information, tells you about Canvas, gives you tours of Canvas, tells you about online classes, and then there's resources as well for you. So I want to go, as you see, let me scroll down to Module 1. So in Module 1, it's going to give you written instructions. It's going to give you the video that you're listening to and watching right now. So I just want to show you what this looks like. It's going to tell you, it's going to give you an overview of the entire week. So it talks about the standards that we're covering this week. It talks about completion. Once you complete reading 1 and 2, you will learn these. This is your takeaways from your readings from your text. And then this is actually again, everything that you're going to do. You're going to watch the video, you're going to look over the review, you're going to review the syllabus for important due dates and assignments, you're going to read your text, chapter 1 and 2, you will complete your quizzes by Friday. The quizzes are always due by Friday at 11:59. So quiz 1 and 2 is due Friday, June 15th, and they are 10 points each. There are 2 discussion boards, creating community and observing children. It tells you the original thread is due by, once again, Wednesday evening, 6:17 and 11:59. It must be 100 words or more, and in the box it actually tells you as you're typing how many words it is. It must be 100 words or more for your original thread, and then your 2 peer posts due by Friday, 6:19, 50 words or more in length. Okay, again, you must post your original by the 17th to receive credit for any portion of this discussion. There's a personality test. It's a little quiz. It's not worth any points. It kind of, I wanted to see if it works for you, if that is true. So please make sure you take that, and we'll talk about it. There are chapter videos that I've embedded inside the module. And then you're going to print up the observation assessment and checklist for your first observation to review it. Okay, and then you also are going to review the videos that are provided for you. I want you to have a basis of knowledge prior to our Zoom call that will go over the observation, because that is the time you need to have your questions ready. Of course, if some questions come up, you will, at the bottom of each module, this is module 1. Oh, sorry, I went a little too fast. Module 1, questions for the professor. So at the end of each module, you will always have this questions for the professor. You click it and it goes right into my email. You can email me there. You can also go to the tab to the side that is your inbox and email me there. But I get them all, and within 24 hours, you'll get a response. Normally, it is sooner than that. So here are the discussion boards we talked about. Sorry, this is flipping around on me. Go back up. Discussion boards, so creating community, observing children. Just to give you an idea, creating community, I'll just pop this one up. Basically, I will ask you exactly what to say, and again, what date is due, and then of course you always will have a rubric to let you know what I'm looking for. Okay, so make sure to read that carefully. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to email me. I'm going to pop back up here a little bit. So you're going to watch the video, as we said, and then I will always provide you the PowerPoints for every reading, every chapter that you're reading. So that's a wonderful tool to use before your quizzes as well. Again, you'll complete your 2 discussion boards, your personality test, and then your assignment. So this is the videos for the observation. I'd like you to open them up. There are quite a few, and kind of look through them, get a little feel of what you're looking at. Then there's some videos these videos will always cover our readings. So chapter 1 and chapter 2 videos, and then there's also in brief the science of early childhood development, just to give you some knowledge of what you're going to be looking for. Your quizzes will always be under the quizzes. Quizzes 1 wrapping up, quiz 2. And then, of course, if there's any professional resources provided, I will always stick them in the module as well. And again, if you have any questions, you just click that button. So as you can see in module 2, going ahead, it says Zoom meeting Monday, June 22nd at 6 p.m. We're going to be going over observation 1. So under your module, it's going to tell you when we're going to meet, the time and the date. So make sure you're aware of that. And each week when I go over the module, I'll let you know what's coming up. So that's it. Again, kind of go over, familiarize yourself with the layout of Canvas, look over module 1. You can start early. I will always have everything ready or actually open for you to start your work the Sunday prior. So you always open a couple of days before, just to give you some time to complete your reading, your quizzes, and so forth. So again, if you have any questions, please just hit questions for the professor. It goes right to my email. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. I'm excited about these next 8 weeks. Again, you are going to learn so much that you can actually take and utilize within the classroom. It's a very exciting class. It's one of my favorite to teach. I'm looking forward to meeting with you very soon. Take care.